Welcome to the LaggSpike podcast. I'm your host, Mike Chalice, and with me, as always, the high-spirited man with the beard, Matt Bird. And I stutter over your name.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
well, yeah.
Matt Bird.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
They've just met.
We just met. We've been hanging out today. I actually like the guy pretty a lot, actually. Mr. Gloom and Doom himself, Sam Landry. And the boss of bosses, Mr. Josh Quigley.
Hello.
Before we get into what we've been doing this week in gaming, which my list is actually pretty extensive. It involves one game.
Played extensively.
Yeah, I did play a lot. We're going to talk about a few things that we always talk about. One is Gamers Support Gamers. This is a page on our website dedicated to talented people that are trying to make it in the same industry that we are, which is basically YouTube channels, Twitch channels, podcasts, things like that. Very hard to break out in that market because it is completely saturated with a lot of, I'm not going to say crap, but there's a lot of people that are trying to do the same thing. So we like to try and support anybody who is trying to do that just like us. So if you visit that webpage, visit our webpage, gaminglag.com. If you are a if you have a YouTube channel, are a Twitch streamer, or have a gaming related website or podcast, you can fill out the application there. And yeah, we will add you to the website. What?
Carlis, mon ami, accouche.
Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah. So go visit all the gamers there. They're all very talented. They have some really great videos, and you might find somebody that's like-minded towards you, and then you can watch their stuff.
I'm not moving my chair.
And
Next thing is
Matt, do you have something to address?
I was just gonna say, and we apologize to any of the Gamer Support Gamers this week. We didn't, due to unforeseen circumstances, we didn't get a chance to actually get featured gamers this week. They will be back up next week.
We will switch them again. Sorry for anybody who felt like they were next on the list and stuff. Next Sunday, we will get back to our regularly scheduled rotation of trying to feature people on the main page.
Regularly scheduled programming?
Yeah, regular scheduled programming. And we will get 4 new people up next week. Unfortunately, my fiance actually does all of that. She did not have any spare time at all this weekend, and I have no idea how to do it.
Wow.
Oh, no, I can't do this.
Matt, why don't you tell us a little bit about a program called Extra Life?
So Extra Life is a charity event we're going to be doing in November. Going to be for Children's Miracle Network hospitals. We have a great one around here that IWK, and yes, I wrote it down on here so that I would get it right this week.
Yeah.
If as a team we raise $20,000, I am going to shave my beard, shave my head, and to clarify from a couple weeks ago, I am keeping my eyebrows. They are not going anywhere.
We had a comment that said, so what made you decide to get rid of the eyebrows?
Do you agree with me that's under reassessment?
There is definitely some reassessment on that. There are
staying.
There are options.
I will find really
and we will figure out what those are.
I will find really strong rope and duct tape, and we will make it happen.
So Extra Life is a bit of a I've been hanging out with you too long today because I can't talk either.
Extra Life is a really great fundraiser that allows gamers to help kids with Children's Miracle Network hospitals, just like Matt said. If you want to be part of our team, you can go to the website, gaminglag.com, and click on our banner, or just search Gaming Lag under gaminglag.com under the Extra Life webpage. You can join our team, but if you don't feel that you are going to have the time to raise enough money or commit that way, then you can just choose one of our team members and donate the money that way. The more people we have on the team, the easier it is to raise this money. If everybody were to raise $100 and we had 100 people, I mean, that's a lot of money that we can get done. So it all goes to a really good cause. And as we get closer to November 7th is the stream. We are going to live stream the entire, yes, I got the date right.
Nice. Way to go.
We are going to live stream the apartment that we are going to be doing that in, game for 24 hours. And if we do reach our goal, that's when Matt's going to shave his beard and stuff like that, so everybody can watch and join and come chat.
So let's do that in the first 20 minutes, and then we'll just be bored for the next 23 and hours.
No, we'll spend
minutes.
the rest of the night just rubbing Matt's head.
Yeah.
Like Buddha.
Absolutely.
Yes,
We'll just wax
yes.
it. Last but not least, we have our swag shop that is on the website, gaminglag.com. Click on shop or gaminglag.spreadshirt.com. Instead of donating money to gamers and stuff like that, we thought it would be nice that you would get swag and in a way that you can promote us. And if you really like what we're doing, then purchase some of that swag from there. All of the proceeds go towards us to keep this going.
The lights aren't free.
Well, they are to me. I don't live here.
Yeah, I don't remember paying for the lights.
I don't ever remember paying for that. I paid for a few other things, but
not the lights.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's
Good
all
try,
we need to
though,
say
Sam.
about the
I know, I
swag
tried.
shop, right?
Yeah, that's
That's
basically
pretty
it.
much it.
Yeah.
All right, who wants to go first? What have we been playing this week in gaming?
Do you want to go first, Mike?
Yeah, you go first. This is gonna be pretty quick.
Let's go. I want to go first.
Yeah, you're gonna
All
go
right.
first. That way we can cut you off when you start rambling.
Bling,
I'm
yeah.
not going to talk too long about it. Bloodborne, best PS4 game, in my opinion,
Ever.
to date. Like, it is so good.
Jeez.
I have been playing it for, man, every waking second I get a chance to play it, I've been playing it. I streamed it today for about 3 or 4 hours. Going to be streaming it again late tonight. Going to be streaming it again tomorrow. It is a huge game. Haven't even touched the multiplayer. The combat is amazing, and I haven't felt this rewarded from defeating a boss or completing a section since I played Super Nintendo games when there was no saves and was no like start here and then you can just continue on.
What? You don't feel rewarded by beating a boss in Destiny?
Not really. If I get something, I do. But no, that game is phenomenal. That's all I'll say about that. I've also been dabbling back into Hearthstone, which is phenomenal computer game. Really easy to jump in and play a little bit. Just got Matt started on it, as well as some Heroes of the Storm.
I hate you so
Yeah,
freaking much.
Got Sam on it, and we just had a match before the podcast.
There goes all my money.
It was insane.
Gotta keep the skin addiction alive.
Then I was playing Rogue Legacy, which is like the 16-bit color pixel art version of Bloodborne.
It looks fun.
It's really fun.
You die.
Yeah, you
And
die
a lot.
and then you start over.
And then you die.
Yeah, really, really good. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Cool. Matt?
Bloodborne.
You go ahead.
All right. A lot of the pre-sequel finally came out. Been finally beating that. Just handsome Jack. That's all I have to say. It's so entertaining. Destiny finally got some guns in that. Save it for the podcast.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. We'll save that for the last word.
I know. And then Heroes of the Storm. Thanks to Mike.
Yep.
Played one.
That was a recent.
Yeah. That was like 5 minutes ago.
That was like 5 minutes ago. Well, 7 minutes, 28 seconds ago, actually.
Pokemon. and then punching things in Dragon Ball to just get that anger out of there
this week.
I'm glad you've clarified Dragon Ball
Yeah.
versus the real life version of punching you were also doing.
Yeah. Josh, what have you
I
been
didn't
playing
leave
this
any
week?
bruises that can't prove anything.
You used the soccer
You
ball,
left
really.
bruises on the inside, Sam. On the
Those wounds
inside.
never heal. Josh, what have you been playing, buddy?
Get over it.
I've had a very slow week in gaming.
Yeah.
For a multitude of reasons, we'll call it.
Okay.
So I've played a little bit of Destiny. I've spent some late night stress sessions punching things in Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
It's very rewarding when you just demolish something.
and
I find
not get the drop you want. That's my favorite one.
You never get the drop you want.
I know.
It's so
Ever.
JRPG like with that game
Yeah.
because I'll only play it for like 5 or 10 minutes and then I'm like I'm done.
I am
Like I have to stop. I'm gonna go do this. Well, and then Bloodborne came out and
And then there was only blood.
Yeah,
and
'cause
then
that-
all there was
That's
Bloodborne.
nothing like a JRPG.
Yeah. No, not even a little bit. Yeah. Anything else? That
No,
about it?
that slow week.
Matt, what have you been doing?
A lot of Destiny. Been actually watching a lot of Twitch streamers, watching you Twitch stream because that's
Yeah.
the only
Only
way
way.
I'm going to play Bloodborne.
Just best thing
I
today
wanna
during
try
the
it.
stream was I was sitting there and I was fighting this spider boss and there's this huge enemy and I'm like, well, I'll go up and hit it, and I hit it and then like 80 spiders fall down and he's like, what the f are those? It was scary.
all kinds of spiders with rock heads. He couldn't damage them in the
Yeah.
front. And
Yeah.
then when he
Yeah.
decides to run away,
Rock spider.
Yeah, if you get too
actually
far,
yes,
if you get too far away, it shoots ice at you and you kill. Yeah,
it's like insta death.
yeah, it's
Ice
Into
spider?
death. Ice.
Yeah.
Did you beat this boss?
No.
Okay. Good.
Quite epically not.
Basically, my adventures into Bloodborne have been wander around. Okay, you might die a couple of times to stupid things, and then boss fight. Die 13 times. On the 14th time, you kill him, and you move on.
Or that one
Repeat.
boss where you beat him twice yesterday.
Yeah,
Didn't
that
you?
was good. I did like that.
Matt, what else?
Finally played Hearthstone tonight.
Yeah.
Got another one of our friends gave me a beta code for Heroes of the Storm, so we'll be
Yeah, he
starting
did.
that soon.
Shout out to Matt Mellish. Thank you very much for that. That was super quick responding.
PC
We
Master
literally sent him a
Race.
text. Do you have a beta key? Here it is. Add me. That's what it was.
That's
Then-
because I'm starting to get the sense that you guys are sitting at your computer going, More heroes. People to play with.
Listen, I got very infuriated because I played a game of Heroes of the Storm. We lost miserably because everybody was just doing their own thing. Then I played one with Sam, and even though we lost, we managed to us two, single-handedly decimated an entire
You lost
team.
less bad?
Oh,
Less
man.
bad. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Now with 3 people, that means we're gonna win some.
I don't know if Mike was getting all the kill assists or if I was, but we were supporting each other really well. It's like really good relationship.
Gamers support gamers?
Exactly.
Gamers.
There
Absolutely.
we go.
Is that about it, Matt?
I did get very frustrated with Handsome Collection because I had the digital copy, and then there was still an update, but we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah, we're gonna go over things like that later in the topic.
That's about it.
That's about it. All right. Shall we move on to the news, gentlemen?
Sounds like a plan.
All right. So, first up, now we normally leave pretty much all Destiny news for the last word. We decided to put this because it sort of affects both.
Yeah.
Well, he's a Bungie employee now.
Yeah. So, Destiny gameplay designer Josh Hamrick leaves for Bethesda. Obviously, that's sort of a big deal because nobody can ever fault the play of Destiny. The gameplay is actually very key. So that person going to Bethesda, maybe no glitches in a Skyrim. I'd be all right with that.
No. A Fallout.
No, Fallout. Listen, if
Fallout's not happening. Yeah. Especially any multiplayer Fallout.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, they've already said they're never doing that. I hope they don't.
They said they were never doing an Elder Scrolls one either.
I hope.
And then Elder Scrolls Online happened.
We don't talk about that blasphemy of a thing.
It's a thing.
No, it's not.
It's coming.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's going to get pushed back again for like the 5th time.
It just comes out. We're actually postponing this. Well, until when? It's not coming out.
That's basically the conversation. Yeah.
You caught us.
Next little side thing of news here. Bloodborne trademark was lost by Sony, but they were able to reclaim it.
I was telling Matt. Could you imagine if we would have grabbed
that?
Yeah.
Was it under the couch?
No. They were
Like, where'd they lose it?
Man, have you seen the trademark for Bloodborne? No,
Guys,
man, I don't know what I did.
Guys.
No one move.
It must have fallen out of my pocket on the way to work.
Honey, I shrunk the game.
I think I left it on the
Imagine if
boss.
somebody lost it and got the trademark, and then they're like, "Yeah, you can have it back."
Monies. Set me up for life.
Yeah, set me up for life.
And
they
then getting
disbanded
like
the patent is what happened, and
Yeah.
then they were like, "Oh crap!
Yeah, I
Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh crap!"
We already printed the boxes.
didn't it take them like
It's
didn't they get it
too
within
late.
like 40 seconds of realizing it? Like they got it like super quick.
It was like less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was
They
like,
were
Well,
like,
somebody
"Oh,
saw their job flash before their eyes.
Yeah. Somebody held somebody up at gunpoint to get it back. Give it back.
You don't know how bad I need this.
Yeah. Denial Esport. Denial and is Denial the team name?
Denial Esports is the
Denial
team.
Esports wins COD championships after a few setbacks, I think, right?
Good job, Denial.
They didn't have setbacks. They actually had. They won a couple upset matches on the way there.
Okay.
A lot of the favorites got knocked off over the weekend early. Brand new team actually knocked off the favorites in the first round.
Wow.
So.
Cool. I imagine these brand new teams are made up of people that were on really good teams before. Yeah.
well,
It's
well,
always the same players.
you know,
It's like a draft.
they still have like school from 8 to 5 on Mondays to Fridays.
These guys were around my age.
Joking.
Big update to PlayStation. PlayStation firmware 2.5 went live and introduced the best feature, well, 2 of the best features that we've seen on PlayStation. I don't know if anybody has tried the suspend.
Yep.
So good.
Yep.
I can literally put my PlayStation into rest mode inside Bloodborne, and as soon as I turn it back on, I'm right in Bloodborne. Not a good idea if there's an enemy near you, however, because as soon as you start, you die before you even realize.
Oh, I'm so glad to be back. Oh, no!
I forgot. I turned it on and went to get a drink, and I came back, and you died. I'm like, wow, that's great. Fantastic.
Yes. Yes, I did die.
Yes, I did die because I'm an idiot. And they also introduced that, although it came a couple days after, but the Spotify thing to PlayStation, which is great.
Well, that's at the bottom, but yeah.
Fine, I'll just flush this one out then.
Segway.
We'll segue to the bottom of the list. That's all right, though.
So.
I mean, that you were enjoying that.
Yeah, I was so tired of the Destiny soundtrack. And
The Destiny soundtrack is good, but, I mean, it doesn't matter how good something is.
I'm tired
I
of
have
hearing the
about
Hive.
300 hours in now.
I want my
Boy.
music.
Yeah, I don't want the the cutscene stuff. That's what if they can, yeah.
Anyway,
cutscene
other
stuff and
podcasts.
some metal music.
That's
All right, different podcast.
Different podcast. So thanks to the Unity engine, you can play the first level of Mario 64 for free in your browser or download it. Mario 64 was great, so you should try that. It's so good.
It's actually downloaded on the Mac, so I can finally play.
Sweet. I loved that game. Especially the penguin slide. When you race the penguin, that was the best. And then you could go through walls.
And then the penguin beat you?
Every time.
Every time?
Like,
over.
Because he took the shortcut, and then I would
That
always try, and then I go off the edge.
That cost
bring it back
so
in,
many
boys.
controllers. No, this was a legitimate thing.
Yeah.
It cost controllers.
It caused pain. Just like the Lion King for Super Nintendo.
Oh, God.
Legend of Zelda
Sega.
Wii U may be delayed past 2015 and will not be at E3. Does that honestly surprise? I think it's going to hurt them, but does that really surprise anybody?
If Star Fox comes out this year, I don't think as much. Because
Yeah.
Star Fox will hold people over to this.
Oh, Star
Hopefully,
Fox.
if it's good. Because basically what we
not
had
even
was
bad.
Star Fox for Super Nintendo, which was great.
Yeah.
Star Fox 64,
which was
great.
Star Fox
Fantastic.
64 was amazing. I
Still-
spent so much time on that game.
Still, my favorite video game story of all time is that my mom unlocked everything in that for me and my brother. She beat
So-
every level, got every medal on Expert to unlock the on-foot mode. In,
So when the new one comes out, are you just going to be, here, Mom?
No, she's a little out of touch now.
Okay.
But man, back then.
But then for GameCube, they had that Star Fox Assault and then the dinosaur thing.
Don't. It wasn't. It doesn't
Just,
exist.
can we
No,
make-
shh.
I just like.
Nope.
I'm not just. I'm
Nope.
moving on.
All right. And the next thing is Fast and Furious Forza expansion now available and free.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. I think that they.
You also don't need, it's a standalone, so you don't need Forza 2 to get it.
Yeah, I think one of that Forza Horizon 2 is one of the reasons you do not launch a game when all those other games are out, because that game got so overshadowed by everything.
No, but it's also the only good racing game on the market.
I agree with you 100%. I'm not,
Which sucks, but
I've never played it, but I believe everybody that says it's very good.
Oh, it's so
The
fun.
difference is that all these people all these developers launch their games, and it's, well, Forza Horizon 2 comes out and it's a great game, but
When did it came out?
It just like Far Cry 4 came out like 2 weeks after it. It came
yeah.
out in October.
No,
Then
it came out the same day in September, same day as Shadow Mordor.
Shadow of Mordor.
So
that came
it got
out.
shadowed by Shadow Mordor. yeah, I had
That
to.
was.
You
It
did
wasn't
do
even. It wasn't even well
I
placed.
know. I fumbled over my words.
You could have gone like it got shadowed.
Also
out of Mordor.
Also, too, Destiny had just come out the month prior, and people were still on that bandwagon. And
People
stuff
still
because
are.
Yeah, I know, but
Actually-
they hadn't have.
How about the
So we're going to the
next one?
I'm done talking.
So a bit of sad news in the next one.
Yeah.
But happy at the same. It's
How's it sad?
this
Well-
part's not sad, but it kind of ties into the next one.
13-year-old Minecraft player attributed and admitted responsibility for 3 swatting, including that very, very horrendous video that you saw from the military guy whose little brother was the one who had all the guns pointed at him.
So I'm thinking this guy is going to be in juvie to about 19.
Nope.
And then
No.
No.
nothing?
No.
Probation.
Really?
Yep,
Yeah.
because of his age.
Yeah.
Yet if you had a pound of weed on him, he'd be gone for 20 years.
And I know Matt, you have
Okay.
the next one up, so you might
Yeah.
as well read the next one because
So-
it sort of ties in.
Yeah, there was another swatting case. This time's in New Jersey. There's a monthly gathering that they have at a video game store there. It's the North Atlantic video game aficionados. People get together. They play consoles. They do speed runs. They do challenges. They trade old games with each other.
Oh, cool.
Memorabilia and
That's
stuff.
awesome.
But they actually got swatted, and people were posing as members of the fire department, trying to get the people to answer the phone to go outside and say that they actually, someone in the store had the gun, so that they'd have to rush in. But they got that figured out, and after about an hour of everybody in handcuffs, after trying to clear everybody, make sure there was no guns, they got to go back to what they were doing. They're trying to figure out and see if they can trace any of the phone calls right now, but that's
the
about
problem,
it.
right? Is when you call in these anonymous tips, and the immediate response, of course, is, well, we need to go in with everything we have.
Just don't roll up to the door with a tank, because I feel like that's where it's going next.
Yeah, really.
To be honest.
Don't you guys have those cameras you can roll under the doors?
Like,
and
come
stuff?
on, Solid Snake has that little eye camera thing. It's in.
Yeah, obviously it's in video games, so
Yeah,
why
it has-
can't we use it in real life?
Yeah, true. Technology's
That's
that
my
far
logic.
now. Come on.
It's
in sci-fi shows.
and you gotta give some defense to the cops, in which everybody wants to get mad about they shouldn't be rolling up so heavy, but
Well, it's not really the cops' fault.
No,
I'm
it's
not-
not
I'm
the cops'
definitely not
fault,
putting
but, like-
blame on them. I
No,
just
no.
wish they didn't kick in the door with assault rifles. And it's like, I'm Master Chief. Everybody down.
it would be
I'd be
really
alright if he
well.
was in
It'd be
Master Chief
really
outfit.
well
Could you
timed
imagine-
if
could
you
you-
kicked down the door and said, "I'm Master Chief."
Could you imagine if someone swatted the police station?
It's probably
I think
happened.
I think they would catch on.
Yeah.
Do you think so?
What's the address? Nobody knows the address there, so they just go inside, look at the building.
Damn it! Again.
You know how long it takes to put this equipment on? Next bit of news: new world record for longest turn in Hearthstone. I don't know if anybody cares.
That person does.
Well, it's actually being registered in the Guinness Book of World Records for that, but I think the guy hacked it because how did he do it? He did it with like 206 copies of a card.
Yes, but that's based off another card that he used. He only had one or two of each card, and because they multiplied each other, it multiplied the attacks so many times.
I hope they fix that because I would be
Well,
real mad
no,
if that
because
happened.
the only way it happens is it attacks for so many turns in a row, and normally a player would die before that turn ends. But he had another account that he was signed in also, like another computer in the house. He went to that computer and played a defensive spell right before that blocked all the attacks. So it basically just lasted the whole length of the attacks.
Oh
And
my
then
God.
his enemy, like the guy who blocked, died of fatigue or something. I don't know. I read about it online, but
Died of fatigue. The person playing probably died of fatigue. It was like 45 hours.
well, no. He literally put a sign up on the stream that says "Back in 9 hours, see ya,"
Yeah.
and left to go
I
like work
would've
or
too.
something.
Games for gold in April. 6 free games. Xbox One is Child of Light and Pool Nation.
FX.
And 360 is Gears of War Judgment and Terraria, and then Black Flag and Army of Two.
Army of 2 is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the second one though. It's not as good.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
still Army of 2. It was
Yeah.
still fun.
Xbox April firmware is going to be in 2 phases. Phase 1 is party and achievement notification improvements. Phase 2 is voice chat dedicated servers, voice messages, and the what's on application is being tweaked,
Okay.
apparently.
Cool.
Mortal Kombat 10 will have easy fatalities.
Mortal Kombat X.
Mortal Kombat X will have easy fatalities.
How
Unlike
dare you
prior
say 10?
titles. Does anybody have an opinion on this? I don't really
Yes,
care.
I do, because I've played them, and I am not good at doing fatalities, and it sucks. You get through the whole fight, you finish him, and then you miss, or you can't.
So,
That's-
moral to the story is, I suck at something, make it easier.
Well,
I
don't-
agree with you because I've never
I
done
know.
one. I've never
I know.
accomplished one
And they're
in
so
my life.
cool,
I
right?
think they're cool, and I think this is okay because it really has no relevance on the actual game. It's not like
Yeah.
you can do it in the middle of a fight.
No,
I
it's
will, however, miss the just a bunch of random this and then nothing happens and the guy falls over because I love that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
best.
think it'll still be cool to see a lot of those awesome fatalities and stuff.
Yeah.
They
But
might still have special ones that are hard.
But before the age of YouTube and just looking up to see what they look like, I can remember on my Sega Genesis putting the game to the hardest mode possible and then just letting the computer kill me in the hopes that I get to see what the fatality looked like.
Yeah.
I just always
Come on, fatality me!
Yeah.
You suck!
That's
Don't
what-
uppercut!
I just always give it to my buddy.
Best was when they added animalities, and then those ones were even those ones. I was playing with my friend on my friend's Sega, and it was. We could never do it. We had the list of codes and stuff, and we would always just be like, and then the guy would fall over. It was done.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
I'm so tired with you guys.
The International Dota 2's championship sold out in less than 10 minutes.
Well, they couldn't do it in less than 5, I guess.
Yep. So much for whatever that other thing was that sold out in less than 5 minutes. BlizzCon, I think. Yeah.
You're welcome for the segue.
Yeah. Absolutely. And that's about it.
Yeah.
All right.
Unless anybody's got anything else to add that they
Not
heard
at all.
of? No?
Yeah.
That was the biggest news I could find.
Yeah. No, it's
So-
it's all right. We're allowed to have slow weeks. We're allowed to have shorter shows. I'm sure most people don't get to the hour and 15 minutes when we do that. And now, it is time to draw for the dancing group.
Except for that person.
Except for that person. That person
Don't have to
doesn't get
draw it
anything.
in front of the microphone now because they can clearly see that we're mixing the bowl.
Absolutely.
I'm mixing
Well,
the bowl
some people
because
are just listening to the audio
I know,
for
it
nostalgia's
happens.
sake.
Yes.
And I'm also
So-
doing this to hopefully get your brother,
Yeah.
because it's going to be hilarious when Mike reads it.
Before we do this draw, it's important to explain what it's for people who this is their first episode. This is a draw for this little prize pack that we have here. Obviously, we do what we can to make sure we have some cool prizes. So we got a Dancing Group Pop vinyl, Gaming Lag mouse pad, and a pen, and some Gaming Lag business cards.
And Sam will
So
blow you a
hopefully
kiss on the video podcast.
Absolutely. This is for anybody who sends us gaming questions to gaminglag, gaminglag.com and click on Contact Us. And
Is it really?
let me
Sorry.
finish.
No.
Mike wants us to finish talking, guys. Come on.
Yeah. So if you want to send us
Come
gaming
on.
questions, whether that be Destiny related for the Last Word podcast, which is the other podcast that we do for Destiny, or gaming related in general, please send them in. Go to gaminglag.com, click on Contact Us, and we will be happy to read some of those, and you will get put in for this next draw. Will be for May, and I'll go over what those are with after Sam announces who wins.
The winner is Jeremy Landry.
No, it's not.
And I'm joking. It is Don Giovanni.
I hope he listens to this podcast. 'Cause that's awesome. He's got like the best name ever. Don Giovanni.
Just remember, when it's your daughter's wedding,
Wedding.
we get a favor.
We get a favor on this, the day of my daughter's wedding. Absolutely. So congrats
I'm
to
not
Don
sure what
Giovanni.
accent you did, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm not good at
Favors.
accents. I'm only good at Kermit the Frog and Gollum. That's about all I got.
God.
Don Giovanni, congratulations. The next prize pack that we will have will be a little bit more Gaming Lag swag, but we also have a copy of Assassin's Creed Black Flag for Xbox One. And we'll figure some other stuff out as we go.
Yeah, we'll get some more stuff.
Yep, we'll get some swag and stuff like that.
And with the draw, there is a special thanks to Zork99 for giving someone else the opportunity to enjoy Groot since he already had one and asked to not be put into the draw.
Yep, absolutely.
we read
And a
that
special
part on the
thanks for having
podcast.
an amazing name.
Yeah, Zork is a good name.
Was it better than Zork 98?
I can only assume so.
He's the newest version.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah,
fair.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Most updates.
And so now we're going to
Okay,
do emails. The same thing, everything I just said. Send us your gaming questions. We like to read them on the podcast. It doesn't matter if I read them. It only matters if you send them in. I will put you in for the draw. Some weeks we get none. Some weeks we get like 10 and we can't read 10 on the podcast because the show would be 4 hours. So first email comes from
Earth to Brooks.
Earth to Brooks, and it's about exploration games. So with Axiom Verge coming out this week, and me being PS4less, new verb, adjective, whatever that's called, I need something to tie me over until its release on PC. So I wanted to ask what exploration-based games like Axiom Verge or Metroid you guys really love. They don't have to be 2D, but that would be a bonus because I just love that style game and I really enjoy the show. And thanks. Thank you very much for saying you enjoyed. Does anybody have any comments on this? Anybody have any thoughts?
Matt seems to be holding something in.
I don't play a lot of exploration games, so I don't.
No.
Yeah, like the only
mean-
one that I can think of is on PS4.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what's that one?
PS4 lists.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter, but it's
Couple games to tie you over.
it's that one Apotheon. That one's fun.
Apotheon's good, yeah.
Yeah, but is it on any other platform?
I don't
I
think
think it's
so.
on PC as well.
I
Well,
think
that
it
would
Which
be
would
good.
be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Look at this.
Apotheon. You want to try Apotheon?
It's released on
Apotheon's
PC.
really good. That's like
Apotheon
great
is
stuff.
Apotheon
good.
is fun, yeah.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, it's.
I guess it could consider as an exploration game. You're exploring. It's 2D. It's side scroller.
It's
fun.
it's sort of the same idea. You get a giant map and stuff like that.
Super Metroid meets God of War.
Oh, that Rayman one, Rayman Legends. That's
Yeah.
kind of like an exploration game.
Is that level though? Like level by level?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you're still exploring, I guess.
As far
It's
as
not quite
exploration,
the
the
same.
only,
Well, you
the
gotta
only
collect
ones
these things, right?
the only ones I can think of are going to be probably 3D because I mean the only ones I can ramble off on the top of my head if you have Nintendo systems would be to just go back and play on the virtual consoles Super Metroid or Castlevanias, things like that. There are a few other games that the names are escaping me, but they are Metroidvania-ish.
Which the names that are escaping him are super helpful.
Yes, I know. I'm trying my best here. But the other ones like 3D exploration would be like I'd go back to classic ones. Like I'd go back and play Banjo-Kazooie. I'd go back and play like Mario 64 is kind of an exploration game. Like you can sort of choose which way you want to go. As far as that though, like all that's on my mind is Bloodborne and then Axiom Verge because I'm so excited for that game.
You're just so mean to this person.
Well, why? Why was I mean?
The PS4 list. The best that there is are these 2 PS4 exclusives.
All that matters is he's sitting there going, PC Master Race, PC Master
Axiom
Race,
Verge is coming
PC
out for
Master
PC
Race.
too. Thank you very much.
Eventually. Eventually.
So,
It's that's what the tiding over is for.
It's not necessarily. It's more Mega Man-ish, I guess. But Shovel Knight, that was probably one of the best games last year. So that one's really good if you have a Nintendo system. Also coming to PS4 soon. Sorry about that.
Moving on.
Thank you very much for writing in. Sorry that I'm probably the only one that plays that style of game, I think, out of the 4 of us.
I like shooting things.
Yeah. These guys
like
are
cutting
really
things.
like first-person shooter, and Matt's like a really big strategy guy and stuff.
Strategy.
Strategy, action, adventure.
Yeah.
That's what I forgot to say I was playing this week. I started playing Medieval 2 Total War again. Started a new campaign in that. Yeah.
Next email, it's actually via Twitter. It comes from Bloody McFist. Yep.
Whoa. All right.
That's his
Alrighty.
gamer tag.
Yep. And he writes in, what are your
misplays a
thoughts
Titan.
about the rampant lack of proper completion and testing of games prior to shipping and the day one patch syndrome?
And I picked this just for you because I know you have lots to say about it.
So this is going to be what we wrap up with, and this is actually looking like it's going to be a pretty short show, which is great because we started incredibly late. So
We did.
Josh, why don't you say what you need to say, because I have some things to say as well.
I don't know if I want to say what I want to say because it's so rage filled.
That's all right.
You can never beat my rage that I had on the
I
podcast.
personally believe that this particular syndrome is caused by. I love online gaming. Games like Destiny, obviously I play it a lot. I love doing multiplayer. But online has really killed our abilities to seemingly put out decent AAA titles because nobody cares anymore. They want to hit a deadline. They'll slap it together. Hopefully it'll work. Maybe it won't. Who knows? Doesn't matter. We'll release a patch. And half the time, they're working on the patch while they're packaging it.
Yep.
Like they know it needs a patch. That's what a lot of these day one patches are about. Is they're in the packaging process, and somebody says, "Hey, did you know your game doesn't actually launch?"
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, we should probably patch that." Well, should we recall the discs? No, they started,
Yeah.
but they only did 3 discs. No, they've started.
The machine's turned on. It takes 20 minutes to turn it down. That's like 1,000 discs we wouldn't have.
Yeah, let's just do a patch.
Yeah.
But we'll never make it all right. It's like, that's all right. We'll do another patch in a month.
Yep.
We'll show that we're listening.
Yeah. The biggest culprit of this that I've noticed lately is actually my favorite game as of right now, which was Bloodborne. So it came out. I threw the disc in. I had worked all day that day. And
I remember hearing the tears in your voice.
yeah, and I put the game in thinking no problem. I didn't read that there was a big like day one patch and stuff, because most of these things come out and it's like when Master Chief Collection came out, it had a 20 gig day one patch or something and it was still broken,
Which is obscene.
Yeah, but even Bloodborne had an almost 3 gig file. Now,
And it had gone gold.
And it had gone gold already, so that means they knew they had to do that. So my issue with that is that I have fast internet. It took about 20 minutes. It wasn't a long time, but I have a finite amount of time to play games, especially with the website and things like that. I'm trying to build that. I have to do editing. I like to write things as well, especially when I have things to say when I'm playing really great games. But that was 20 minutes that I didn't have, and typically through the week I only have about 2 hours, 3 hours to play, and then all like on the weekends and stuff I get a bit more time. But 3 gigs is a lot. Now, I just want to say this: we have not just me, we all have a friend that has a much slower speed. A 3 gig game takes him about 2 hours.
Yeah.
So when he downloaded Helldivers, it took about an hour and something, like an hour and 50 minutes or something, and that was a little under 3 gigs. But like that's a long time to wait after you just paid $70 for a game.
And this big developers are okay with it now.
I don't think the developers are okay with it. No developer.
The
wants
producers,
the
Publishers.
yeah, like the publishing companies.
Yeah, absolutely.
They want a product on the shelf,
right? And they're trying to boost their sales and stuff. So this is going to be coming out. That's why everybody starts to be okay with delays. Where back in Super Nintendo days, if it was delayed,
There was an outcry.
There was like, what do you mean it's delayed? Like, why did you tell us it was coming out then? Now it's, okay, delay it, take your time because we don't want a broken game. That's ridiculous. Like, why are we at that stage?
But you think back to cartridge-based games. Cartridge-based games had to come out ready. And if they weren't ready, that company...
That cartridge was broken until you got a new version of the cartridge. And most of the time, you didn't know what avenue, because it was all mail. So you'd have to mail a cartridge in and have a new version sent back, but you were without that game forever. Meanwhile, your friends at school are telling you, man, did you get to this? Oh, that's right. You don't have the game right now.
It was murder for those companies when they did it. Like, to have to go through that cartridge mail-in system, like, there were massive deterrents for them, and now it's becoming mainstay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, you expect a AAA title to come broke.
And I'm gonna throw this out there. Generally, it's AAA titles that are the culprits.
Oh yeah,
it's always that, because I don't know how many indie games I have on my PS4 right now, but every one of those, with the exception of there was a glitch in Helldivers where if your controller died, it would erase your stuff, but they fixed it really quickly. Every other indie game I've played, there have been literally no issues with launch. But these AAA games are like, well, yeah, we spent $50 million to make this, or in Destiny's case, $18 billion to make this, and it launches, and they have to pull a bunch of content out, which they said they had to in order to make the game come out, and they barely piece together a story because of it. And then you have Halo Master Chief Collection come out, and they go, yeah, we're really sorry, but it's gonna have to have a 20 gig day one patch, but that'll make sure everything fixes, and we just got a patch that fixed it last month.
It's still kind of broken.
It's still kind of broken.
They're kind of fixing it.
343 is one of those developers that are literally killing Halo. Like, the amount I care about like Halo 5 is like just doing this.
Yeah.
Like and I was super excited about it before. You have anything to say about this, Sam? You're just kind of sitting there. You don't like it then?
I don't give a flying shit.
You don't care.
It must be the PC player in me. Every game I play on PC has a patch. I'm used to sitting there. I'll download the patch. I'll throw on Netflix or YouTube, watch a video, go back. Cool, it's 50% done. Another TV show. Another YouTube video. I keep myself entertained.
So what you're saying is that the developers have trained you to be okay with paying for a game and not being able to play it, which is fine. I understand. I do the same thing. I'll throw on a TV show or something like that.
Put it this way. Doesn't matter how loud you bitch. They're not going to fix it. It's basically, if you can't beat them, join them at this point.
Yeah.
Sadly.
On consoles, it's a little bit harder.
Yeah, for sure. I'm expecting like a 50 gig patch for Halo 5 when it comes out.
Yeah, it's
like you'll probably have to go buy a second.
They're not going to bother putting the game on the disc.
Speaking of Halo, did you guys hear about that Russian Halo thing they're making?
Yeah, that's cool.
It's a free-to-play Halo game that's going to be in Russia. It's going to run on the Halo 3 engine.
It's Halo Online.
Halo Online for free, I guess. But yeah.
Nice.
No, I don't know. I mean, day one patches are okay. Like you said, like you just go and watch something.
It's not the end of the world. It's just
it is frustrating. Yeah. And it's not for us. It's a little bit different. We have fast internet. It's not. We're not talking about okay, we can't play it tonight. But we have friends, especially in this. Like we're in the Maritimes. We don't have high speed everywhere. Just like if you go to Toronto, you'd have high speed pretty much everywhere. But we don't, like, those people would not be able to play the same night.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I grew up on dial-up.
Yeah.
If you needed to patch something, you were like 3 days.
Yeah, exactly. So it just it all depends, right? It's hard to.
My life was so much easier than all of yours.
Yeah, no kidding. But yeah, I grew up on dial-up as well, and it's. If imagine you were still at that.
Actually, I lied. My friends grew up on dial-up. Dial-up didn't make it where I lived.
Yeah.
You were using.
I had a party line at one point.
Carrier pigeons.
Yeah, carrier pigeons. Can I have the update? Does anybody have anything else to add?
No, you guys have pretty much said everything. I know I got really frustrated. I downloaded a digital copy.
Your digital copy of the Handsome collection. That's right. You wanted to say something about that.
Didn't I tell you there's a patch and you're like, God damn it?
Yeah, but the digital copy should just have that. It's digital.
It's a digital copy. It should have already had the patch.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have had to download it.
Yeah, or at least they should have. See what
auto download.
Helldivers has an update file, but when you download the game, it came up and said there's an update file and started downloading at the exact same time.
Two things. One, would we like a feature in our gaming consoles where it's similar to PC, where they just auto update.
Yeah,
if there's
mine's
a patch
turned
that's
on
out,
and it hasn't
auto
done
update.
it.
I don't think it works.
I find the PlayStation 4 has a problem with that. I always leave mine in rest mode to update, and it never seems to.
No, you have to
Every
go.
time I get.
Okay, I might be the only one that this happens, but I turn my PS4 on from rest mode and it's like, this game updated and this game updated.
No,
and
mine doesn't do that.
Mine doesn't do that, but I'll tell you, the one person that I know, my fiance hates updates. She doesn't play a lot of games, but every time she goes to play one, there's an update and she throws the controller and then just says, I'm not playing.
Point 2 I want to make.
She doesn't actually.
If a game comes out and it's broken and they don't do a day one patch, you're mostly going to return the game and get your money back. Would you rather do that and waste gas, or would you rather wait 30 to an hour?
You can't return most games to most places once they're open.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So in the end, either we all wait 3 days after a game comes out for them to figure out all the bugs, or we just buy it, live with the patches, and watch a movie in the meantime. It's literally.
I don't like that we have to make that choice though. That's all I'm trying to say. Like I understand. I 100% understand what you're trying to say. That it's not a big deal. It's only a couple
I see it at the point
or whatever.
I have no control over it.
Yeah.
100%. I can bitch about it.
100%.
But
it's just it shouldn't be that way.
No, exactly. I get you.
Yeah.
But if somebody wanted to shoot me with a gun, I really have no control over that. I'd just rather that he didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying though. It's not.
Someone's gonna shoot me. Shoot me. Don't beat around the bush. Just get over it.
And don't patch it after.
I'm gonna end on this note before we do plugs. In the end, this is a.
It doesn't really matter.
That too.
At the end of this conversation, it doesn't. It's a massive first world problem.
Oh God, is it ever?
There are worse problems to have. So yes, we complain about it and stuff, but obviously, as Sam said, it actually isn't that big of a deal if you have to wait a few hours to play your game. It does sort of suck because we're so used to everything being instant.
Not being able to pay rent's a bigger problem.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
Let's go around the table and do some plugs. Because it's Thursday in 5 minutes and we need to do another podcast.
Do we want to mention that we don't usually take them through Twitter first, but this was a special circumstance today?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we'll probably start doing that a little bit more as far as questions through Twitter, but it'll be the day of, not through the week because I will never remember to write them down or save them.
We're simple.
We're very, very simple.
Very.
Plus, as we start, we're almost at 13,000 followers.
We'll get.
There's a lot of people sending us messages and retweeting our stuff. It does get lost in translation sometimes.
Once we get better and have better equipment, the live streaming aspect might go in, and then we could have some live tweets on the podcast at some point. I'm not saying that's happening anytime soon.
So before we do our Twitter plugs, one thing I wanted to mention: if you use #GamerSupportGamers and you are part of our Gamer Support Gamers page, we will actually retweet your stuff. Me and Matt are available to do that, so it should be happening at pretty good times. So if you use that hashtag, what?
Nothing.
If you use that hashtag and you are part of that, we will try and retweet your tweets. The only thing we won't
There's
do...
over 100 now. If I see that tweet, I'm just going to retweet it anyway.
Right, but it has to be about... you can't just say, hey, guys, #GamerSupportGamers. We're not going to retweet those. Try and advertise your channels, guys. We're going to do our best to help you guys out as well. So use that hashtag, and we will, try and get that out there.
Yay.
Yeah. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I am @Chalices. If you want to follow Matt on Twitter,
@ManW the Beard.
If you want to follow Sam on Twitter,
Mr. Gloom and Doom.
And if you want to follow Josh on Twitter,
@JoeQuiggle.
And if you want to follow us as a collective group, which is, of course, the most important, you can follow us @GamingLag, 2Gs and Lag. Please visit the website, gaminglag.com, and check out all of our Let's Plays. We will have some more. We're going to have a Helldivers and a Let's Play Diablo, which we're doing right now between us three on this side of the table. We're sort of doing a last man standing thing.
I don't think there's going to be a last man
Yeah,
standing.
we seem to be surviving quite easily. So
we're going to get to the first fight in Act 5, and we're all three of us going to die.
Yeah, well...
Yeah, but the last of you to die is what we care about.
Yeah, so
we'll be watching it in slow-mo. Who died last?
We are doing a few we have some ideas about some experiments that we're going to be doing coming up in the future, and we did try and dabble with the Diablo thing to make sure you can watch us game at the same time. We'll see how that works out.
We're going to get that figured out.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Right on.
All right, so that has been episode 33 of the LAGSpike podcast.
Oh my God,
I think, which
we're
is
almost
good.
at a year.
At 50, we're definitely going to... I think at 50, we're going to live stream this on Twitch. I think that's the plan.
Okay.
Yeah, and it'll be great. Hopefully, we can get a whole bunch of people to come and ask us questions during it, and maybe we'll just have a conversation with people and stuff instead of doing everything like that. All right, guys. Thank you very much for listening and or watching, because this will be a video, hopefully.
Ooh.
Maybe.
Maybe a video.
Anybody want to take us out?
Gaming Leg out!